send you a check.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Uh-oh. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I said I was going to stop that intro. Power to the people, everybody.
We power.
When I say power, first of all, I'm going to be 61 in a minute. You know you're going to hear that all year.
Yep.
And I was running late because my bank, doing some banking, and my bank account wasn't working right online. So I've been on the phone with the bank at the computer for an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, no.
And they still didn't fix it.
No.
So they're like, well, as long as I can get to my money, I guess I wasn't worried about that. But so hung up, had to get power over here to the station. Welcome, everybody. A lot of big news. Let me get it. Let me share this. A lot of big news in Atlanta, news all over. But the biggest news, of course, start out the day, is the ceasefire.
Yeah.
Ceasefire that has been declared, I guess. The president is going to go to the Middle East to take his victory lap, I guess.
Yeah.
But guess what he's mad about? He didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize.
Of course not.
Well, first of all, they start that process like in January or February.
Right.
And there was no peace.
None.
And the only thing to remember him for in January was the insurrection.
Yes.
His insurrection. Let's give a peace prize. So now the White House is upset that the president did not get the Nobel Peace Prize.
Amongst so much other things that they really should be upset about or be working on, just the fact that the Nobel Peace Prize went to actually a woman from Venezuela who is an advocate for peace her whole life. So I just I don't know what you do with that information.
I don't either. I really don't. But he's upset about it. And the MAGA world is upset that Donald Trump did not get the Nobel Peace Prize. And there are others that, you got to give the credit that he did somehow broker this deal. But it wasn't, and of course pundits who don't like Trump are going to say that it really, the timing was just right. Especially when Israel decided to bomb our allies.
Yeah.
Like, just out of nowhere. Like, we're not just going to, and I'm not talking about the Palestinians, I'm talking about other countries. Just start bombing them.
Yeah.
And so that then turned, allegedly, the Muslim countries to say, listen, something has got to happen now. Y'all messing with us. We didn't listen, Donald. We gave you a plane. We gave you a luxury plane
Over here just minding our business.
that y'all gonna strip down
Yeah.
because you can't just, the president of the United States can't just get on a plane that another country gave, so that won't even be ready probably.
Nope.
By the time you're no longer the president of the United States. So now they're supposed to be giving back the hostages, which, bravo, I'm all for.
Yep.
And I'm all for this war ending. And I guess this is part one. The problem is you have Hamas that are hotheads.
Yep.
You have Netanyahu, who is a hothead.
Always ready.
And if a piece of paper falls,
Yep.
it could blow right back up. So there's all of these news reports of the Palestinians beginning to return to Gaza, going north now, going back.
Yep.
There's nothing there.
Nothing. Rubble.
But I guess it's better than living in the street.
I was going to say the basement of a blown up hospital and everything else.
So they're headed home. And the ceasefire deal that is in effect so far has held. We're only talking hours.
Yeah, because I was going to say it's only a 48-hour deal to start.
Yeah. So it forces a pullback, and on the ground, thousands of Palestinians, CNN reports, has been walking from the south of Gaza toward Gaza Strip. An Israeli defense spokesperson said troops will still be present. Oh, boy. This is where, in various areas of Gaza, warning people to avoid approaching them. Now, it's supposed to be, we had step number one, but still, they're going to leave, Netanyahu is going to leave his troops, some of the troops there, and saying, we're basically on your land, but don't approach the soldiers. So you can come home, but as soon as one soldier, hothead soldier,
feels threatened,
he's going to shoot.
We're back at it.
Or she's going to shoot. And we right back. I think if you're going to withdraw, you got to do like the United States did. You withdraw. You get out of there.
Right.
But if you're sticking around, Netanyahu remarks in a televised address to the Israeli prime minister publicly implied for the first time that not all the deceased hostages held captive in Gaza may return. Because some of them probably don't even know where they're at.
Don't know where they're at, dead, gone.
Yeah, then in a building that's been collapsed.
Yeah.
So I think Bring back the ones that's alive. Try to get back the ones. What's next? The 72-hour period for the release of the hostages held by Hamas has now begun, and nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners and detainees in Israel will also be freed as part of the agreement. They got 2,000. U.S. President Trump will visit Israel on Monday, according to police. So that's the big news today. Hey, everybody. Hey, Jen. Hey, Marie on Facebook. Lakeisha, Beverly, Caulfield, Sarah Lynn. So Sarah Lynn says they are still under Israeli occupation. They aren't free. They can just eat. That's what Sarah Lynn says.
Yeah.
They aren't free. You still there.
You still hanging out.
And if it's going to be a ceasefire, withdraw.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. Because everybody's too volatile on both sides. Veronica Bell said Orange thought that habeas corpus is a real person. Also from the White House, while we at the White House,
Yeah.
our state attorney general,
Yeah.
Tish James, has been indicted.
Indicted.
Now, the White House is saying this wasn't in retaliation. However,
Come on now.
the president put out a truth social, because that's how he communicates
find
every
everything.
day. He puts out a truth social that had the names of several people that he wanted investigated. These are the same people on the campaign trail. He had people booing when he called their name. It is retaliatory. I believe it is retaliatory. So James has been indicted, and how do they find this stuff? The indictment is for fraud on housing application.
Yes. Yeah.
Bank
Bank fraud and making false statements to a financial institution. The charges center on a 2020 home purchase in Norfolk, Virginia, where prosecutors allege that James misrepresented the property's intended use when, in fact, it was leased to tenants, thereby securing more favorable mortgage terms. Wow.
And she could have bought it for her and decided later. You don't go back to the back. What do you do? Go back to the back. Oh, by the way,
I'm renting it out.
I'm deciding to rent it out now. I'm lost.
And then according to the source, the alleged misrepresentation is claimed to have given her an advantage of less than $19,000 over the life of the loan. $19,000. Meanwhile, we done spend millions.
Will you say it?
Millions trying to get his tax records public in court. So
all of the money we have spent, and you're worried. This is retaliatory. All the money you spent, and you're worried about 18,933.
Yes.
That she may have benefited. If convicted, she could face up to 30 years in prison and fines up to $1 million per charge. James has denied the allegations, calling them politically motivated. And she urged his Justice Department, talking about the president, to take action against her due to political conflicts. Her initial appearance is scheduled for October 24th, 2025 in Norfolk, Virginia. That means if that's all, this is what I say, big ups to our Attorney General.
Yeah.
Because if that's all you found, if that's all you found, she pretty squeaky clean. Mm-hmm. You squeaky clean.
I'm trying to find the audio of her response because I loved her response. Hold on.
Go ahead. So at the end of the day, the Attorney General of New York has been indicted for bank fraud, providing false information to a financial, is not for running a school scam. Not for that. Not for running a school scam. For checking a box that said this is going to be my house. And I think she even said she didn't that she talked to the bank about it, and they're like, no, just do it like this, whatever. Allegedly. And at the end of the day, did you find it? At the end of the day, our president has been he's a convicted felon, but he utilizes the White House for his own good. This folks, you cannot make up. You can't make this up. Let me see. In a minute, I'm going to talk about, I don't know if you heard about this. I'm going to talk about Atlanta. Hey, Atlanta, everybody in Atlanta. Hey, Buffalo. Atlanta in a minute. I'm going to come back, but just get ready for this because they fired some prison guards up in Atlanta, but then in Buffalo or Erie County, I don't know if you heard about Granville and what he.
Oh yes,
I ain't talking about the accidents. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
the setup. So we gonna talk. We gonna talk about that daggone thing because I don't think people really know what's going on. But I'm gonna show you what they do in Atlanta in a little while. Well, let me get my glasses back on. Oh, I got time. I got a few minutes. I'm gonna show you what they do in Atlanta, and I'm gonna show you what's happening in Erie County and the big difference. But I think that was all White House news.
I got the audio.
You got the audio? Let's hear it.
Continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system. He is forcing federal law enforcement agencies to do his bidding. All because I did my job as the New York State Attorney General. These charges are baseless, and the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost. The president's actions are a grave violation of our constitutional order and have drawn sharp criticism from members of both parties. His decision to fire a United States attorney who refused to bring charges against me and replace them with someone who is blindly loyal not to the law, but to the president is antithetical to the bedrock principles of our country. This is the time for leaders on both sides of the aisle to speak out against this blatant perversion of our system of justice. I stand strongly behind my office's litigation against the Trump Organization. We conducted a 2-year investigation based on the facts
State your case.
and evidence, not politics. Judges have upheld the trial court's finding that Donald Trump, his company, and his 2 sons are liable for fraud. I'm a proud woman of faith, and I know that faith and fear cannot share the same space.
All right, preach.
And so today, I'm not fearful. I'm fearless. And as my faith teaches me, no weapon formed against
Come on
me
and
shall
preach.
prosper.
Come on and preach.
We will fight these baseless charges aggressively, and my office will continue to fiercely protect New Yorkers and their rights. And I will continue to do my job.
That's it.
I love it.
Yeah.
When I say I love it, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And I love that she's standing up for herself. I love that she's not backing down. And I love that she just addressed the issue. Good job. Sherry Thomas on Facebook says, we must not forget what he's trying to do to our culture by taking away all the books and the libraries from the schools so that our kids will not know about their history. Plus, what about Jeffrey Epstein? And then it goes into read more.
Yeah.
Well, was it Pam Bondi was just at, no, who was, they kept asking her about the release of the Epstein files, and she just looked blank.
Oh, yeah.
Just looked blank.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't answer. Kept digging through. Was it Pam Bondi was this week? Kept digging through her notebook and just crazy stuff going on. When we come back, just before we go, Atlanta is worse than the nation for canceled home sales right now. In August, 21% of home sales were canceled. Something's going on in my ear. Is that?
That's me.
Oh, that's you.
Yep.
All right. It's 21%. A new report reveals 21% of Atlanta home sales were canceled in August, marking the highest cancellation rate in the nation. Nationwide, the report from Redfin found that 56,000 home purchase agreements were canceled in August, about 15% of contracts. Maja Sly, a real estate agent with over 20 years of experience, told Channel 2's Michael Dudna that buyers and sellers right now are living in different realities. He said, I've never seen this, or she said, I've never seen this. Daryl Fairweather, Redfin's chief economist, noted that many deals fall apart during inspections, with buyers using this stage to renegotiate due to high prices and interest rates. Redfin's data indicates that the inspection process is a common breaking point. Sellers are reportedly offering more concessions than in previous years, yet buyers remain hesitant. They both feel like they're getting a raw deal, which is causing more of these deals to fall apart. Now, I know in Florida, too, for a while it was a seller's market. It is now a buyer's market. Things are moving slower, even around here. So I think this is starting to be a nationwide problem.
Right.
But I think that the housing market bubble just got so big and houses became so expensive.
Yeah.
So I got a question out there. You can answer me on Facebook because I'm looking at a proposal. If you could buy a tiny house, because I've been watching Tiny House Nation,
Mm-hmm.
would you buy a tiny house if it was just you? Now, of course, we got 3 kids, but I know people who have moved into tiny houses with children.
And made it work.
But if you could get a house for under $100,000, or let's say at 100, which is really good nowadays.
Yeah.
And it had 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. We're talking tiny.
Yeah.
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom.
A lot of repurposed spaces, so your dining room can turn into your living room and all kind of stuff.
Would you do it?
Oh, absolutely. Basically living in a tiny house right now. So yes, I absolutely would.
Would you? You would. I'm going to tell you this. Now, I have a lot of junk that
Not junk.
no, really, that I don't like, that I could get rid of. But I'm used to the space.
Yeah.
And at one point in my life, that was so important to have multiple places and spaces. But now people are moving to a tiny house.
Absolutely. I would completely downsize. Like, especially because you get it's mine, you get your own property, and I don't need a lot of space. Like, if it's truly just me, I don't need a lot of space.
You think 100,000 is a lot?
I think it's probably, depending on the neighborhood, it might be, I don't know what construction costs on them are, but that might be too much.
Okay. Tiny houses is what's up right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing my research on it. Would you be okay? You'd be okay with, would you need, and we had this discussion the other week, would you need a basement? Because basements bring up the price.
Not if I have a backyard.
Okay, what does that mean?
Because if I don't have a basement, a backyard or a garage, or even if it's a 1-car garage, I would need just that one additional space. And whether it's outside somewhere, if it's not the basement, just outside somewhere.
Okay, storage.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Storage or a place for me to chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to know out there, would you live in a tiny home if it were only you, or you and your husband, or you and your wife, or whatever? Would you consider living? Leona says, and she's talking about Tish, more people need to stand up like her. He wants us to sit back and take it like we don't have a voice. So Veronica Bell says, yes, I love tiny house, very intimate and intentional.
Yeah, got to be intentional.
I think I want to be a minimalist.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I look at something, I'm like, why do you have 6 screwdrivers?
I was getting ready to say, have you ever just looked at your stuff and be like, why do I still have this?
Yes.
Why are you here?
I started throwing out stuff the other day, and going because we're gonna go to commercial, then I'll come back and then we'll talk about what you need to throw out, and then we're gonna talk about this whole thing going on in Atlanta with the firing of these 2 deputies, and what's going on in Buffalo, or not Buffalo, Erie County,
Yeah.
with the chief of the narcotics unit for the Erie County Sheriffs and what it is alleged that he did. This, folks, is going to blow your mind. We'll be right back.
When it comes to something as personal as your clothes, you need to deal with somebody you can trust. That's why so many people turn to Hobson's Dry Cleaning, conveniently located in the heart of the community at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming.
When you take your clothes to Hobson's, you can trust that they'll be ready on time.
You can trust that your whites will be white.
You can trust that you'll always get a fair price and service with a smile.
You can even trust that you won't have to get out of your car if you don't want to. Hobson's has a drive-through window for your convenience.
Trust is what it's all about at Hobson's Dry Cleaning.
Hobson's Dry Cleaning, your one-stop dry cleaners serving the community for over 30 years at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming. Call 891-8298. That's 891-8298.
Hey, you remember those the guys who escaped from New Orleans?
Yes.
The 10,
Yes,
right?
the 10.
Last one is captured.
What?
Guess where?
Don't tell me something ridiculous like his family's house.
The last of 10 prisoners, according to CNN, who escaped nearly 5 months ago from the New Orleans jail, has been captured at a home in Atlanta.
Oh, boy.
If you want to hide out and you black, go to Atlanta. This dude got from New Orleans to Atlanta.
Kudos to him.
No.
I mean, on the innovation, ingenuity to get across Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia to evade capture.
It says Derek Groves, who had been on the run since May 16th after breaking out
May
of the
16th.
May 16th.
June, July, August, September. Oh, man, he almost made 5 months.
Well, what's going to happen? Somebody else is going to go to jail.
I have to.
I told y'all, if I don't care if it was my brother. Derek, ding dong. Hello? That's you, Derek? Yeah, man, can I come in? Hell, heck no. Man, if you don't get out of here.
I ain't gonna lie. It might depend on what that reward money looking like. I'm diving out. Listen, they put that 25 grand up. I'll be like, come on in, Derek. Come on in, Derek. Come on in. Hang tight. I'm gonna go in the kitchen making something to eat, and then I'm gonna make that phone call.
Not me. Get away from my ring. Get away.
Nope.
Derek Groves, after breaking out of Orleans Justice Center with 9 other inmates, was captured Wednesday in southwest Atlanta after a standoff with Atlanta police and the U.S. Marshals. A tip called into crime. See, somebody
made that call.
Now, if it ain't my family, if it ain't my family,
somebody made the call.
Somebody made the call. A tip called in from Crime Stoppers. Greater New Orleans. So it wasn't even somebody.
So it was his family. It's somebody in New Orleans who knew him was like, "Hey man, listen, I ain't trying to go to Atlanta and see him.
This sounds like a jilted girlfriend. She found out, she was like, all right, we broke up, but
he with his other girl in Atlanta.
A tip from Crime Stoppers, along with the follow-up investigative work, ultimately led to Groves' arrest in Atlanta. It took almost 3 hours to locate him in the house. Dang.
Wow. How big was his house?
Now, you know, wherever he was hiding, it wasn't no big house. What nobody with a mansion hiding, bruh. What nobody who had a mansion was like, come on over here. I'm going to put all my life on the line.
So they must have put him underneath the floorboards. And
they
hit him.
Somebody going to, mark my words.
Somebody
else getting arrested. Because he didn't just come from New Orleans all the way to Atlanta and just lay low by himself.
No,
what?
No, couldn't have.
Gas had to be deployed into the house multiple times by Atlanta Police Department SWAT team, and he was ultimately located hiding in a crawl space. Mm-hmm. Get Get your tail out that cross space.
Oh boy.
Can you imagine them going, get, we see your black tail. I know it's dark in there, but we see you. I see you.
So what? So either the gas didn't get to the crawl space, or what was he doing to keep himself covered?
Look, when you've been on the run for 5 months,
Yeah, I guess so.
you Superman.
I guess so.
You like listen. Groves waived his right to extradition hearing Thursday morning in front of a judge in Fulton County, Georgia, saying he wanted to return to where he was from.
I bet he did.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I bet he did.
He ain't had no gumbo. He ain't had no jambalaya. His capture marks the end of a key chapter in a brazen nighttime jailbreak that grabbed the nation's attention and put people close to the convicts' cases, from victims' relatives to prosecutors, on edge for their safety. They're on edge for their safety. Groves' escape represented a serious breach, blah, 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 blah. They got him.
Yeah. Darnice says it was supposed to be his girlfriend that helped him escape, and she called to try to collect that $20,000.
What'd I tell you?
I told you, listen.
Bills got to be paid, bruh. You in jail.
You locked up, not me.
First of all, she ain't really got to worry. They got him because Groves was convicted of murdering 2 men on Mardi Gras in 2018 and was awaiting sentencing. She ain't got to worry about it. He ain't well, bruh might break out again. If he break out again, whoever is the sheriff over there or running the prison, you got to say it in the mic. Did you what? Oh, you saw it?
The cross space?
No, it was on?
Yeah, they posted the cross space that he was in.
Oh, I got to find the crawl space. Get your tail out that crawl space.
I didn't see the crawl space.
Let me see. So he was in a crawl space, hiding, then ran from the police for all these months, and you got to go in the crawl space. It's a picture of him? Let me see. Oh, it is a picture. This ain't no big crawl space. They need to clean up that. Oh, he was up in the ductwork, near the ductwork.
Oh, wow.
But they need to clean up. Now, I know you on the run.
They need to clean up.
No. This house is filthy. I know you on the run, but you ain't got to live like this now. Oh, my gosh, this place is. No, nobody was living there. This looked like an abandoned house.
I think they trashed the house, though. They said the guy that owned the house said they trashed it when the.
Is that old man walking past? So did he know? He ain't know. He gonna say he ain't know him.
He didn't know what was going on.
But Papa, you need to have somebody clean that. Even as an escapee, I'm gonna be like, yo, can you clean up?
I got to do something.
He ain't have nothing else to do. He could have cleaned up. He could have cleaned up the house. You've been on the run for 6 months.
He was hiding.
All right, before we go to these police officers,
Yeah, this is.
what do you need to throw away? I got clothes I need to let go.
I actually I threw away. Well, I didn't throw away. I recycled a whole bunch of clothes.
Yeah.
Just clothes. I always just hoard clothes.
So some of my clothes, I don't even take the pants because it's like ain't nobody wearing this. I went to put on some brown pants the other day. The leg was so wide it went over my whole shoe.
Oh no. Time to go.
I ain't putting nobody in
Time
those.
to go.
I got. So I need to get rid of clothes. That's number one.
Why do you think we keep clothes? Like I have so many clothes that I'd be like, why do I even still have this?
Because the thought that I might need this teal shirt.
Not teal.
Just weird stuff. I might find, I ain't never wore it, but I might find something. But with me gaining weight, some of the stuff, but I'm afraid that once I go on roll.
Listen, I'm not doing this.
I don't care. So Serena Williams is on roll, and Serena Williams said it's about science. Serena Williams said, forget y'all. And once I get the shot, and I'm skinny, then I'll be able to wear some of the stuff.
Go take them to Miami to get some abs.
You can get fake abs? What do they do? Like insert them?
It's
Cut you up.
yeah. It's
No, they really cut you? And oh no, I ain't doing that. I don't care about abs at 60. What for?
I know somebody your age that got them.
I don't care. I care about a bank account. Is it gonna be free? Because if it ain't free, I'm not spending no money to get somebody to look at me. What for? What for? What for? Anybody my age, they find a lady, I tell it, the lady told me the other week, didn't I tell y'all?
Yeah,
in the coffee shop.
She wants your dad bod.
She said, don't get rid of that dad bod. This is the truth. She said, when you your age, people want a stomach to lay on. Lady, what? But I'm not paying to get no abs now. I'm not doing that. That I'm not doing. I ain't getting no nose job. I'm just going to I need to lose about 10 good pounds. But anyway. Sorry, Facebook, you gone. I don't know what happened. The whole computer went out. At the end of the day, I need to get rid of some clothes. That's it. And just junk. Why do we do that? You want to know how many ice scrapers I have?
For the car?
Like 12.
Oh, my gosh.
All stacked together in the basement. 12. Why? You need 2. All right, I don't know if you heard about this, but let me say this. Let me get to in Clayton County, two jailers. Let me bring down my volume because I didn't want to hear the commercial, and I refuse to pay for commercial lists. All right. I'm going to play this clip from Fox 5, Atlanta, Georgia. Clayton County jailers arrested. Now, I want you to hear what they were doing. You ready? I want you to hear what they were doing.
Two of his own corrections officers for allegedly smuggling drugs into the jail and an inmate for receiving the contraband. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor has the story.
Not phones, drugs.
The captain tells me contraband is a huge problem here at the Clayton County Jail. He says inmates will pay $1,500 for a cell phone charger or even $3,000 for a cell phone.
There's a stigma about law enforcement.
Wait a minute, let me go back because that's.
Inmates will pay $1,500 for a cell phone charger or even $3,000 for a cell phone.
There's a stigma about law enforcement that there's a blue wall of silence and we protect our own.
The accused, Ashley Victoria Lewis Allen and K-9 officer LaShawn Branch, are correction officers who were sworn to uphold the law. But the captain says they broke it by smuggling drugs on their person to give to inmates.
It is tough because it's just a reminder that we still, after all the warnings from the sheriff, after the warnings from other command, after officers being arrested, even in our roll calls, that people are still willing to put themselves at risk and other officers at risk, inmates at risk, to bring contraband into the jail.
The captain says the employees go through a metal detector but hide the illegal substances on their person. It was actually employees watching surveillance cameras that noticed unusual activity.
We have a checkpoint, but the problem is if you put something completely on your person, it's difficult to find that in a checkpoint.
Captain Bennett says inmates will pay top dollar for these items. Lewis Allen reportedly told jail officials she was having financial problems and turned to selling contraband. Sheriff Allen says 3 are arrested now, including an inmate who received the contraband, but the investigation continues.
Dude, $3,000 for a phone? What you gonna put your career? You ain't put it on the line. It's gone.
Listen, depending on how many of them $3,000
no
inmates we got. Listen,
1 1/4.
What?
I get 1 phone a quarter.
Why would you? What? No. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. So they
for a phone charger.
A charger?
A charger costs like $5.
I'm
okay.
$1,500 for a charger is crazy.
Listen, I am rating 5 Below tonight. I am shipping a box. What jail is this? I am shipping a box.
You cannot.
They
They go through the packages.
Listen, I don't care. Every prisoner down there, $50. I'll get you your own charger. I will send you chargers today.
Well, they fired them.
Listen to that discount I'm giving them. They paying $1,500. I said I'll give it to you for $50. Listen, I'm trying to hook you guys up.
How long was they employed?
I don't know. They look young though. They look young.
So they just started. So they're not even risking a pension or anything yet. Yeah, nah,
man, no, you risking you. They're going to be criminally charged.
They'll be all right.
No. Anybody out there listening to this? They just talking. Trust me, he's just talking.
Listen, are they colored or clear?
They are Africans living in America.
Oh yeah, they going to jail.
They going to jail. They going.
They going to jail.
I don't care. In Clayton County, you going to jail regardless. They going to jail. I'm looking for this Granville article. So those of you in Atlanta, and you might not, we had the head of narcotics for the sheriff's department. One night last year, I think, I can't remember the exact date. In his company car, for lack of a better term, he goes down the street and hits several cars,
bumper cars,
and keeps going, and then finally somebody gets pulled over. It's investigated by a Buffalo police officer who knew him, actually related, I think, by marriage. I got to find it. I got to find all the articles for some reason. Because I'm so sick of local news and just the lack of it. Did I see that on WGR? Let me see.
Yeah, no, GRZ ran an extensive story this morning on it, so it might have been GRZ.
Yeah, so he gets away with it until it leaks out, and they basically gave him a ticket, I think, like a ticket, no breathalyzer, no anything, and. So it was quiet. He goes back to work. He never lost a day of work. Well, guess what's going to happen now? The same guy, according to, and I'm going by what I am reading at WGRZ. This is not TikTok. Judge Granville staged evidence, conducted an illegal search that damaged federal drug case. I'm going to read it and not play it. When police held a news conference maybe I should cut down the volume. In February 2020, let me see, to announce a series of drug raids on Buffalo's east side, the U.S. attorney called it a major blow to, quote, perhaps the most prolific drug trafficking organization, end of quote, in Western New York. The Erie County Sheriff's Narcotics and Intelligence Unit, led by Chief Daniel D.J. Granville, seized 4 guns, $250,000 in cash, more than 2 keys of coke, 114 grams of fentanyl from a house on Grimes Street off Broadway. Federal authorities charged 4 men, David Watts, y'all can read that, with various drug and weapons charges, and police said the raids on multiple properties broke up a drug running ring, quote, stretching across the United States. But the case had a flaw. Mm-hmm. The key evidence seized from a Buffalo home associated with Pridgen was thrown out of court after Granville and other members of his narco unit were caught on video allegedly staging evidence, conducting illegal searches, and misleading a judge. Court records show a federal court judge wrote that the case revealed, quote, damning evidence of unlawful conduct by law enforcement officers, it's end of quote, and said Granville's actions were, quote, an egregious violation of the 4th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution that protects citizens against unreasonable search and seizure. In a bizarre twist, an Erie County judge was called to testify about whether he or detective in Granville's unit used whiteout to alter a search warrant after it was signed by the judge. Meanwhile, the case against Pridgen, the alleged drug dealer who was investigated by Granville's unit, has largely fallen apart. The case against Martinez Medina is expected to go to trial. Federal prosecutors dropped 13 of the 14 counts with which they originally charged Pridgen. He recently signed a plea agreement that lists a single charge of cocaine possession.
That was it.
With the intent to distribute. Pridgen could serve anywhere from no time in jail to a maximum of 5 years. I know he like, phew.
Listen, he
better go to church.
He is thankful for Buffalo's version of Mark Furman because, boy, listen. And when they described it on the news this morning, it was pretty intense. So that they, at one point they had the video where there was the envelope was in one hand, placed on the bag, and then there's video of him walking out of the room without the bag, and then it was the utility bill with his name on it. So he walked in with the utility room, put it on a bag, walked out the room.
Wow.
And yeah. But the white.
I wonder how it got caught on camera.
I think they were recording, the investigation and so you see on film the envelope, boom, placed. Turn around, walk out with no envelope. But I think even to that point, the search warrant was even crazier because they had an image of that, and it was for the address, and the part that was whited out was just for the lower front. They whited it out so they could search the whole property.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so it was crazy.
Garcia called, this is the sheriff, Granville an exemplary employee with no previous history or discipline or misconduct, but the sheriff's office refused to release its investigation report into Granville's hit-and-run crashes that were revealed on Two on Your Side investigation in March. Erie County District Attorney Mike Keene also refused to release records that would have indicated whether or not Granville had previous history of misconduct. Through spokesman, sheriff declined to be interviewed, of course. Now, all I'm going to say is the judge says the raid included illegal searches, according to Channel 2. It's got a lot in here. And at an AutoZone on Broadway, it's a lot. It's a lot to read. But at the end of the day, I think what breeds mistrust in these type of situations, and I'm just going to say this, it's a daggone shame I got to go to WGRZ. Yeah. And when I pay this other prescription, all I see is Buffalo Bill stuff. Yeah. Where is this?
Yeah.
Where is this?
Yep.
Why is this not on the front? Y'all put everything else on the front when it's
not a developer.
I've been on the front.
Yeah.
But this, I was on the front for a lot. Why isn't this? Why did I search just now and couldn't find this?
I think even Douglas Jamal was on the front page the other day.
Douglas Jamal on the front page.
All because he said, I might be pulling out of Buffalo.
Front page.
Front page.
But when I go to this place where I pay this subscription, I love Josh Allen, love all the bills, all that. Something happens when you do that to my ear. But at the end of the day, we need the real news.
Yep.
And I'm just begging, news be the news, please.
Please.
But what do you think is going to happen to this guy?
He'll probably get a slap on the wrist.
Do you think?
I think so. I think
he's just going to retire now. I think he'll retire
definitely
in order to not have to deal with it.
I completely agree. If I was him, I would be on the first train smoking to retirement. I wouldn't want to put my family through another piece of drama, even though, listen, the guy's charges have already been reduced and it's plead out. Just walk away now and then just let it quiet itself down.
I think that's what's going to happen because
save your pension.
But at the end of the day, I just feel like it tarnishes the good officers out there, and they shouldn't be. And that's why I always say, don't put every officer in the same boat.
Absolutely.
If this guy did it, he should have to pay the consequences. I get what people, he busted up a major drug deal. That's fine, but you got to do it the right way.
The right way. And now the bad thing is, and the attorney was talking about it on the news, is now any defense attorney or any person that's convicted that had Granville's name on his case, they get ready to call for, hey, let's open this back up.
Absolutely.
So there is some stuff that will keep this going and even if I'm locked up and I see the story, I'm like, hey, I'm calling my attorney.
Absolutely.
Like, yo, listen, open this back up.
I told you that wasn't on me.
I told you.
But this is kind of stuff you see. We're going to pay the last bill and then we'll come back. Because this is kind of stuff you see on the movies. And you think doesn't happen in real life. But what is odd is how quiet it is. And you had to go to WGRZ to see it. We'll be right back.
Ryan K. Lewis Funeral Home has 3 locations to serve you in Buffalo. 347 Peckham, 2258 Bailey Avenue, and Providence Memorial Chapel at 1275 Sycamore. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes offers traditional services, and they have services for all faiths. And at Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes, they have air-conditioned parlors and chapels. Financing is available, as is limousine service. At those difficult moments in your life, Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes is available where you are with counseling services. Call toll-free 877-885-7734. That's 877-885-7734. Or locally 845-5545. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes. We are here to serve you, here to serve this present age. Call today, toll-free 877-885-7734 or email info@brianklewisfuneralhome.com.
And I know I've said it a million times about why we have to own our own, why we have to, at the end of the day, have our own radio stations, have our own newspapers and all that, because I'm just going to say it, I think when it's us, it's easier for them to throw us on the front page and do investigations, but when it's quiet.
Yep.
It's quiet. And I don't think that if he really did this, I don't care whether it's a drug dealer or whoever else, you have to do it the right way. And there are procedures in how to do it. And I don't know whether he did it. So let me just say this. I'm reading what has been provided through a credible news station and what a judge has said. Now, according to WGSZ, at 8:32, Erie County Judge Kenneth Case signed a search warrant allowing for the search of 56 Grimes, but only lower unit. Is that what you said? The lower front?
Yes, yep.
So it says Granville and Federal Homeland Security agent Thomas Webb initially headed toward the front, where they earlier had observed alleged drug dealers entering and leaving, but instead changed directions and went in the side door. When a judge asked Granville why he entered through the side door, he testified that Webb told him to, and that it was dark and it was tough to see, though a judge later said that was disproven by the government's own exhibits. So, Atlanta fires, and we
plant.
But I do want to say, let me give a disclaimer, that all police officers are not bad.
No, they're not.
All detectives are not bad, and we need good detectives.
Yes.
But I also believe we need to weed out the ones.
Absolutely.
You got jail people, jail guards bringing in drugs in prison, which is not only dangerous for the other inmates, it's dangerous for the guards. And allegedly here, you got somebody who the judge said you can go in the front, but you go in the back.
Yeah.
And allegedly, according to the article.
Yeah.
For reasons that frankly make no sense to this court, Detective Granville decided, this is what Justice Schroeder said, decided to lead a large contingent of law enforcement officers up the stairs to the second floor area of the building. Granville testified that he made a snap decision to go upstairs because it's a very vulnerable position law enforcement is put in when you're at the bottom of a flight of steps. Then you should have asked for the warrant for the whole house.
The whole house.
There's no room to take cover. So I don't know what happened. Granville told the court he was doing a quick sweep. It's long, but I think so. Granville accused by defense of planting evidence. And they said that at 8:53, Granville conducted what the federal judge characterized as an unauthorized search, rifling through drawers and plastic bags, possibly cabinets as well. So I think they got to get this in control. Let me go to Facebook. Somebody said crooked cops have a long history since the 70s and 80s. Do you think they got better? I do. I think that there's more oversight. I think that some of it is because of cameras now that we definitely pushed in Buffalo. I think that because everybody's recording now that they have to be careful. I do believe there are dirty people in every profession. But I think that when you look back to the 60s and 70s, when it was, allegedly you had a lot being paid off by the mob and all that kind of stuff, I do think it's better. I think that that's why this type of action deserves to be aired out.
Absolutely.
Keaton says it's about who you know now and the almighty dollar. Who did he pay off? Ena Johnson says it's just us. They need to always characterize as criminal when they're the masterminds and always have been of criminality. So that's what's happening in here. Last thing is, do you know that reparations could soon be offered in Atlanta?
Oh. No,
according to
WSB
WSB-TV, City of Atlanta has launched a reparations program aimed at addressing economic, educational, health, and social disparities. Now, I don't think they're giving.
You're not getting your 40 acres.
40 acres
No.
and $40,000.
No.
I don't think you're getting that.
Or a mule.
Channel 2 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln learned instead of offering direct financial payments, the program focuses on resources to descendants of those who were historically set back.
Oh. If that's not the most ambiguous
program
write-up I've ever what?
The program involves the appointment of a new commission known as the Atlanta Reparations Study Commission, which will explore unconventional approaches to reparation. Let me sit down and let me lean back. That ain't reparations. That you're gonna give us some head start. That ain't reparations. I want the reparations that the Native Americans got.
Yes.
Give us some land and sovereignty?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we need sovereignty.
No,
be acting up.
We wilding out there.
Let us build some stuff that nobody else can build.
Yep.
Give me real reparations.
Mm-hmm.
The commission will study potential beneficiaries and methods over the next 3 years. Oh my gosh, 3 years.
Analysis by paralysis. Good night.
It will be led by Dr. Sheila.
We were affected. We were affected. We still affected. What else you need to study? What else do we study?
This is a quote from Atlanta City Council member Julian Bond. When people say reparations and think about getting a check, municipalities in Georgia, even local counties, can't do that. We want people to know this is going to be based on serious scholarly research. Let me tell you what he said. Y'all not getting a check.
You ain't getting no money.
We're going to figure out a way before the federal government tell us we can't, that we could give some benefits to black folks that don't go to anywhere else in 3 years.
That's nuts.
The commission will consider the impacts of historical events such as displacement caused by construction of I-85 in the 1950s.
Aww.
Let us get some reparations here
Aww.
for the displacement, for the placement of the 33.
No.
But I don't want reparations that say, oh, we're going to give y'all some classes. I want a check.
We're going to get you a new community center.
I want a check.
That's going to be understaffed and underfunded in 3 years.
Anthony Gaston says there will never be a way they can repay us, though. Never, ever. Anthony, I disagree with you, bro.
No, they can give me some land. What?
Give me some land.
You can.
Matter of fact, you know what?
Federal government, listen, I'll send you a list.
Took off your glasses. You lifted the glasses for that.
I will give you a list of things how you can repay me for my ancestors.
Tim Newkirk says internal affairs you don't hear much about doing and how they take action on bad police and crooked cops. Well, I mean, this one, if the judge didn't said it, you ain't even got it. You don't need internal affairs on this one.
Listen,
you don't need it.
Even Key B77 on TikTok said, "Give me the money to buy the land." Listen, I'm with you. Listen,
that's
I'm
it.
with
That's
you.
all. I ain't got time to wait for 3 more years.
Nah,
then the commission gonna come out. Let's put it in the budget. Let's put it in the budget now. Now the big thing is, Atlanta got a lot of black folks.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be a whole lot of stuff, right? We ain't got as many.
No.
Let's do it here. Bring it to the New York. Bring it to the 716.
And
I know that there is a reparations committee in the
in
state.
New York. Yes, yeah.
I ain't trying to be funny, but I ain't worried about the state.
No.
I'm worried about 716.
Yeah, no. Yeah, don't put me down in the snow belt either. I need to give me a little small parcel up here in the northern side. I ain't trying to go in the snow belt and build. Just give me a portion up here on the north side.
The Native Americans are getting ready to make dough because a judge went against New York State running the throughway through their land. Mm-hmm. So they getting ready to work out. You gonna pay us even more?
Yep.
That's the kind of reparations I want.
Absolutely.
Say that the only people who can own whatever are African Americans, and I don't want to own no African store.
No.
We already can own an African store.
Yeah, I don't need 40. Man, I'll start with 3.
You start with what?
3 acres. Give me 3.
3 acres?
I don't need 40. Give me 3 acres.
Well, we got enough empty lots around this
That's
joint.
what I'm saying.
Give me an empty lot. Give me an empty lot. They selling at $10,000.
Give me 2. Give me 2.
Give you 2?
Give me 2.
All right. Well,
So
why don't you start the committee?
That's...
Indigenous people own the cigarette culture. Black people will own all the cannabis rights and grow production. That's what Tim Newkirk said.
Hey, listen. If we can really take over the cannabis production, we should.
I have no opinion. Nope. It's 12:59.
Business is business. In the business of smoking is big right now. The business of THC and CBD and everything else. Because again, when we say the cannabis, there's the benefits also to the CBD side. So if you are concerned about the drug side, then get on the CBD side.
I yield. It's 1:00.
You can yield.
Hobson's the doctor of dry cleaning.
They still
Thank
get
you
high.
Come on, let me pay
sorry.
these commercials. Hobson's the doctor of dry cleaning. Thank you for sponsoring this show, and Brian K. Lewis. Listen, folks, it's been a great show. Indigenous People Day is coming up.
Yeah.
And that's what I celebrate.
The city is closed.
Indigenous people. Yes.
And I meant to say it earlier. Shout out, we are now at 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, we are at 1,000 followers.
All right.
So shout out to all those subscribing on TikTok.
I see the views are coming up.
Yeah.
All right, until next week. Power to the people.